Well, hello, and welcome. This is Joanna with the Jewel Design, and we're getting on real quick today. Probably an evening thing for you guys this time around, but like I said, when I get to it, I get to it. But it should be Wednesday evening for you all, I hope, or Thursday, depending on the time frame of when you watch videos. And as you can see, we have our tissue bag cover in front of us. I'm down to the last of the layers, and so I wanted to get back on and show you that final decorative version. I was just stirring up my water Mod Podge combo. If you've never done that before, or you're new to me, Mod Podge combo for tissue paper stuff is a combination of about 50% water and 50% Mod Podge. Now you can just slightly, of course, ooh, that's wet. What's the word? Water down your Mod Podge to make it a little easier. But when you're dealing with tissue paper, we did notice that without a little water, it takes a lot longer to cover your bases, and it sort of rips and grabs a hold of our good tissue, right? So, okay. A few spots on those are pretty white, but that's okay. So I went ahead, we added you saw me add the white layer to our bag, right? This is our baggie. This is our paper, craft paper bag. Okay, nice little 9x12 type ordeal. And we put parchment paper in it so that nothing bled through, so I can still have my pocket on the back side. And we added white. We added a sort of see-through and gold chevron and peach over that. Then I went back and added another layer of white because I was like, oh, that's really bright. But I'm loving it because it's sort of peeking out, giving me a very summery feel, very botanical, antique. And so as you can see, I went ahead and added in layers of the pink and purple green floral and sort of the more summery, I don't know, peaches, purples, oranges, yellows, you know, ordeal around the edges in places where I felt it'd be helpful but still leaving some open gaps. I'm not sure about the back yet. This is the back side where the pocket is. I left some space, and I'm hoping there's some leftover florals over here that we can sort of mesh in. But the front is going to have, as more decorative, and hopefully won't, you know, we're going to have our two little birdies with, you know, we're going to sort of fussy cut this out and glue it down, and we're going to have our tulips. And I still need to pull one more layer off. There we go. I think I'm going to want it to go, I'm not sure how much I want it to show through. Now there is a hard edge on this, and I may sort of faux cut this a little bit with a tulip, so it doesn't seem so like dead end. But we're going to sort of measure out a little bit and figure out where this is going to go. So we're going to fussy cut this a little bit because I don't know if I want the teal in there. It may be bits and pieces that I put back here to bring it back because there's going to be some. There's some teal in here. There's this here that might come over here. There's this floral up here that might come over here. So we may pull some elements here and put it on the back so it blends. But, you know, we're just adding some more of the same coloring to the front to make it a little bit more decorish. But before we do that, we're going to add technically one layer more down and then put these guys up and continue on. So I wanted to get this white with gold flecks in it. I wanted to put it down in a few spots in clusters, nothing major, to get some glitter to this darling mesh. And in a way, let's overlap it front to back. We are going to have some spine. I don't know exactly where, so I do have to do a little measurement, so I make sure my tulips stay on the front with or without a spine. This, for some reason, this whole thingy goes south. As I was talking about in my last video, like, we start doing this and these pages aren't working the way I want to. They're not doing what I want them to do. You know, I may just rip out the pages carefully, you know, cut them out and, you know, make a ring journal or a ring lookbook or something else, but I'd still need the cover. So we won't be gluing this in place on that altered book too until I feel for sure that things are going where I want them to go. So we're going to design it as if it has a spine, but we're not going to fold this because once I fold this, that's it. I get one shot of folding it and I can't really undo it. It is going to be pretty, it's soft, I mean, in a way, but not. So it's going to be a nice thin hardcover without being super rigid, and over time it will soften up. But I love the sound of it because of the bag on the back and the front and all that jazz. So I am really happy with it. I was so stoked when we were done the other day, and I went ahead and just kept going, and I was just like, oh, this is turning out so cool. I was very, very stoked about it, and how it turned out. So I'm hoping this all keeps going. I'm like going, and we'll add some teal over and stuff over this end so it's not such a harsh line. But I wanted some glitter. I wanted some bling. I wanted some pretties. I didn't want to be just. Let's see. And we're going to add a few more layers across the top too when we're done. So, we want some bling over it, I think, too. So, there's that. So hopefully you're all doing really well, being the fact that hopefully this is the middle of the week. I know I'm doing this on a Wednesday, and as usual, I will just go and plop it up. You guys get to see it tonight or tomorrow morning, depending on when you do your videos. When you watch your videos, I shouldn't say do. When you watch them. So we have some glitter here. Let's see what's the back. That's not enough. That's a tiny little bit, isn't it? I wonder if I could soften this line up a little bit with this little edge piece here. There we go. We'll help that up a little bit. And so it will give me some highs and lows. I probably should have put that over there where I was going to put the birds to help with that. I didn't think about it. Who knows? It is a learning curve. It's okay. But let me measure the book, which is in this pile right now. Oh my gosh. So I found more. Oh, I found more papers, guys. Oh, I'm so stoked. What did I do with all of them? There's 1, 2. Oh, yeah. Okay. So we were talking about papers, and I found a tattered layered vertical collage book pages that I did. I totally forgot about them. They're just pages. They are vertical. So if you like doing tall, skinny journals, these are great, right? Or ripping, collaging them, whatever. So like what I'm going to do is it's going to help me in both elements. But there's a whole kit there. I put the whole thing, and it was like, so you're going to see me work those into the second section, the next section of the book. So, all right. What I was going to do is measure the page. The cover itself is about 5 and not quite 5.5. So about 5.5. Okay. So we want to make sure that the front cover is mostly decorated. Yeah, I see. I have everything sort of pinned together, and oh my gosh, what a mess. Not a mess, but like I took the paper clips and then added pages to it. That's gonna be fun. That'll be the next video. We're just gonna do this real quick. You're gonna see me sort of add this last layer, then we'll let it dry, and I will come back in a few days, and we will actually work on the inside, because this will be it, and then we're good to go. So what I want to see, if I don't trim anything off, where 5.5 inches is, and it's right about here. So that is good to know. Perfect. Pretty much a majority of the tulips will be going on this plain section. But I wanted to not perfectly cut it out, of course, but I wanted to sort of remove some of this excess coloring and fussy cut, the image out and make it work for us. Because I don't want that harsh line. I want some dimension here. We've been trying to do things clustered, so I want to go for it, right? And that gives that teal bits I could put elsewhere on something else later. I tried not to waste anything, but at some point you go, okay, it's time to recycle, people. I do that every so many projects. I finally just look at my stash of strips or stash of cuts, and I'm like, nope. If I haven't used it by now, I don't think I need to, or it's too. I'll try to quickly throw something together or make a bunch of circles or do something with it real quick. And if I can't, well, I think it's time to put it in the recycling. Which I try to put things in recycling, hope that they actually are getting recycled. I know that's sort of in California it's a 50-50, I guess. I don't know. Like, we just want to do bottles and these little things, and I'm like, that's great, but not everything, there's more than just that, So we said about there. So it does cut that off. You know what, I'm going to try to keep as much as I can of this on here, because right now I just realized, like, I don't have any room for my birdies. Now I could just do one. No one says I have to do both. I could just do that one up there and have the other one on the back, and have it get it up a little bit. We're sort of going to eyeball it, aren't we? I don't really want to wrap that one around. That I don't mind cutting off, and even that will cut a little bit. Okay, so let's try not to get that to stick. I know I have a fan on behind me, trying to keep it warm or cool in here. Oh, yeah, cool. We're going to round out that tulip so it looks like it's more than it is. I hate to cut off some things, but we're gonna do it because, like I said, I really don't want that harsh line. I want it to sort of float. See? And we know this is about my spot before it bends. So it bends a little bit. We're gonna come down here and we're gonna do it. And what's gonna happen is we're just going to allow this to cut off. And then I'll put her up there and overlap. Okay. It's a her, it's a him, I don't know. Yes, we have black crows up in my large palm tree, and it's about the time of year where it's, you know, the birdies, the babies, whatever, are gone, and they've flown off or whatever, and it gets windy when the heat starts subsiding. It gets pretty windy around here, and poof, you know, the nest falls out of the big palm tree. Luckily, never on anybody. I just come out the next morning to do something, and I'm like, oh, luckily it's, you know, not on my deck or anything too crazy, but didn't quite get that over enough, I don't think. But yeah, it's just all of a sudden there's this horde of, this big old heap of, you know, stuff. Some of their fur, they're down, branches, leaves. You look at it, you can tell it's a pile. You can tell it's sort of round or oval, and you're like, yeah, okay, that was the nest. All right. It got windy. It fell out. That's lovely. All right. I wish I could fold this to look at it, but it is what it is. It's very bright. We're definitely going to tone it down with some of the white strips of color. I mean, it definitely gives us a bright whatever. I may even, can I crinkle it? I don't know. This does have some crinkling to it, which is beautiful. I love it. I'm even going to press a little bit more right now to see if I can get a little more crinkle in there. So maybe I can, you know, do other things to reduce the, I mean, I can do stuff. Oh, there we go. Let's see if we can cross hatch a little bit in some places to where we can reduce this just a little. The white isn't always perfect in the sense of where, you know, it's a perfect whiteout. It does thin out a little bit and does dissipate a little bit depending how thick the white is, because it is a tissue, what's the word, gift wrap tissue. It's a little thicker than, say, the backing to that. So, you know, it has its own kit and caboodle. Trying to debate at what point here that I can do this. And it's okay if it goes over the spine and, you know, brings it back and forth. In case this is more spine work than we realize, it's okay. Let's rip it a little. Give it a different line. Yeah, we'll just put this over here. Why not? Actually, we're just going to do some interesting little tidbits here. We're gonna, I love it. I love it. I do love it. I don't know. Now I'm like, I sort of like the way it was. Now I'm wondering if I should have did a topper. Nope. We are running with it. We are committing. We are loving it for what it is. Where did my, okay. But it is giving nice crinkle, and it is coming out thicker than I expected, so which is good. I was a little worried that this would not be thick enough. Maybe too flimsy of a cover. But the book is, when it's done, it's going to have its own width and its own girth, so I don't think it needs a whole lot going on with it. I think we'll be okay. So I have a little glitter behind, a little glitter over. Okay. Let's do a little trim and see if that helps me get me a better feel for what we're doing right now. So yeah, these should be the last of the layers. After that, I have mesh, I have bling that I might want to, you know, put on here. I do have that. I do some of those pretty floral appliques that we love that are in the shop. I have this pink one I didn't get to use. I got to finally use the white one, but that is a little much. It's a little shiny, but I don't know, maybe. I was debating on putting that in the front. Yeah, let's not get it dirty. And I have a new mesh, a very light gold webby mesh, really delicate, really light. It's a cream. It's almost gold. It's like a really shiny pale gold, or cream. It comes up as cream, but you know, either way. But I thought some clusters of that in places over this might be really fun to pull from the gold glitter. So we are definitely going to bling it up later. It's not going to be a one and done ordeal. I think we're definitely going to, I'm going to cut the two birdies out, and then we're going to do that second bird, I think, in the back with some of this excess flowers. I think we're definitely going to do it that way. So give me a second. I'm probably off camera. Very sorry. I am trying to carefully eyeball my fussy cutting here to what I think I want to show or go over certain aspects. I mean, it doesn't have to be perfect because, you know, it is tissue. But I'm trying not to rip anything so I can see things as a whole the best I can. So I have the, you know, the image that I need when I need it. So, okay. So what I do want to do, whoops, let's not do that, is get her on here without cutting into him. But I need him to have a little bit of his, there we go. He needs to have his bed thing. And I think he's going to be cute. Make sure I'm still on camera, that'd be bad. I think he's going to be cute here in the middle. I think he's going to go here, and we'll put some of these florals underneath him. And he's going to be a cute little hint to the back. But we're definitely going to need to add some more gold and white behind him, otherwise he's definitely going to blend right in. So let's do that. Let's see if I have him. I wanted him to blend in a little bit more, but you know what? I like that he's up there too. On the edge, that does lead me to decor up here if I wanted, which sometimes is good and sometimes is bad. I have a tendency of doing that to the top corner of the book and then realizing it's a little hard to open the book. But I can't just have him float unless I put the teal behind him, huh? Let's do a little bit of flower. It needs a little flower behind him, or behind that section. Otherwise, I think it's not going to make any sense. Hold on, I am ripping my... Let's get something here, because it's really... Oh no, I got to get him up. Oh no, oh no. I realize I need him to be up top of the flowers, though, not him hiding behind the flowers. There we go. Oh, gosh, people. What was I thinking? It's not like stickers. And even then, stickers are even bad, or even worse. The thin, wet paper. Come on. No, don't stick. Don't stick yet. Oh, no. No. Man. Need my bright ideas. Oh, I took it out. I took him out. I think we have a deformed birdie. I think we have a deformed birdie. Well, we do. I might, man, like I said, me and my bright ideas. Put too little. Yeah, his beak and everything is gone. Oh. Okay, well, I guess we are doing some... He is hiding behind. After all, he's hiding behind. I didn't think about it. It was so wet, and I was just so worried about bringing it up. I didn't even think about the fact that it might actually not come up very well. So maybe we can find a way to hide him like it's the back of his head, maybe. I don't know, guys. Oh, well, we're gonna have to. That may be where some of my mesh goes. That new mesh. We're gonna find ways to hide that. And I'm sort of bummed because that was a really pretty coloring up here. But we're going to cluster some teal up here. Unless I try to cut off his head. Huh, I know it sounds bad. And put it on there, and I just don't have a birdie in the back. Or I give up on the birdie. I don't know. Not everybody likes birdies, but I thought he would be so cute up there. Right? They are cute little blue birds, which are in one of our napkin kits. This teal set isn't a napkin kit. Oh, cheese and crackers, people. Well, this is, see, it's live. It's unedited. Here you go. Made a mistake. Bummer. I don't know. Do I fix his face and only have the one, and I just put maybe flowers back there, which is sort of funny to have. Yep, I can't help myself. I'm going to fix him. I'm just going to use his buddy's head here. And we're going to glue it down and hope he doesn't look too, I don't need a lot, but here, oh jeez. I have to do some surgery here. Let's see if we can make it look as if, actually that works really well. Okay. I'm not going to get too much glue here. Just want to carefully blop it. And we're going to carefully blot it. There we go. You can't even tell. Look at that surgery. All right. Well, sorry, Birdie. Isn't this fun? Oh, cheese and crackers. I never know. I really don't. I get really good and I get really excited and then it's almost like I get cocky. And I think I can fix one more thing. Or I can do one more thing and I'm like, nope, no I can't. So sorry. Okay. But he is pretty. We need that yellow. We want that pop. We'll see what pulls through and what doesn't. Looks like there's a tree of flowers down there coming down to this teal. So it's sort of good. I guess we get more teal to the area. Which then leads me to do what? Because I have this huge cluster right here. And I feel like we need to do stuff with it. So I feel like we need to put some teal in the middle here. And let's get some of these other leaves, out in some form where we can cluster some of this other coloring out and about. So we have stuff on the back as much as the front. What I don't care for is corners. Ugh, detest corners. But maybe we'll do it outward in a way that hides behind some of the teal, and I'll cover it up with some of the white glitter and that'll help too. So it's not so, let's do it this way. I need it to, maybe we can, there we go. There is always a way, and at some point, worst case, we put big clusters of that new mesh over it to help hide some more lines. Just keep layering it until we've got, any weird imperfections and things covered and blended, and we put ink over it and we do all kinds of fun things, right? So we've got that going. I have more bits of teal to put on the outside edges. Now I did go over the edge of the book on this side, trying to create me something of a light shelf to be able to definitely put some, what's the word? I want to put some lace on this side. I probably am going to put it on the inside of the pocket and have it overlap a little bit so that, yeah, see, it just did it. Just ripped. I just watched it rip right through. Oh, jeez. Glue. I'm hoping between that, where it gives me some base to put the lace on, give me something to glue the lace on. The lace will glue it to get, like, everything will glue to itself to give me a little bit more length in the back side. Because remember, this whole bag comes up a little short for this 1-inch book spine. Would come up a little short. So it definitely makes a difference on how 5.5-inch book, both sides. That's 11 inches by itself, and the bags are not quite that. These bags are only, like, they're just 12 inches, like just under 12, just at 12 inches. So, we need 12 inches or more, and you got to keep in mind that when you fold it, that little bit of material that goes around the corner, gets used up. So, yeah. So I did try to extend this out a little bit, so I have something to glue. What I'm hoping to do is glue, you guys can see it, I'm going to glue a wide lace right here down to the tissue and the bag, and have it, we'll trim this off nice and smooth, and we'll have the lace overlap up here so that we have a little extra lacy, oh gosh, I'm determined, guys, aren't I? Extra lacy stuff to stick out off the back of the book, so that you will see, lace sticking out on the back side of the book. So that's the goal. I have to see what, I have some border laces I think will help with that considerably. So gives us a little oomph to the pocket and does that. Okay. I'm actually liking it. I didn't know if I would with all the colors. I mean, we got pink and purple and peach and red, yellow, teal, blue. We have it all, don't we? It'll cover all all aspects of anything I put in here, that's for sure. So it's going to cover, we know it's up there, so let's go down here. We're just going to mesh off, we're going to definitely, if I go a little farther over, I know that doesn't need any more wetness over there, but maybe it'll help me reinforce that up there without any more liquid. I'm just going to keep putting layers up there with hopefully not too much more water glue. And it'll allow me to work that corner up there. So yeah, I'm trying not to get anything up and over. I do notice that we have some edges here that I'll have to do some gluing with to make sure that we are, you know, pretty solidified back here. I don't know, there's no way to, and I did cut it open. Oh no. Yeah, I don't know. It's going to be, I'm going to have to do some finger gluing over here and make sure it's all sealed. Be really careful when I cut things, so. Because I'd flip it over, but then that means I have to cover, and I don't know what I want to do about that. So I like the fact that the inside of the cover is brown, you know, naturally brown, very booky, I feel. Doesn't mean I can't collage. If it comes down to it, I can glue stick and collage book pages, right? And put a thin layer of some colored tissue, you know, over it, so maybe we can't read it too badly. Something like that. I can always, if it just gets too much, there's always ways. There's always ways. Usually put also covered or pockets inside, but I don't know if we're going to get too thick because right off the bat, we know there's a lot going on. Okay, so we need one more glittery thing up the corner, I think, to pull some more white up here. And then I think we're going to let it dry, ladies and gentlemen, and see what happens. Let's see how good or bad I did. Right? Oh, that's a pretty glitter. We're gonna, maybe this way? Yeah, we have directional things going, I see. Try not to add too much liquid, but I know we didn't have much up here, so let's go here. But I hope you're all doing really well. Hopefully the first couple days of the week have been productive, creative, pleasant, whether it's coming back from vacation, whether it's just crafting away in your room. I know a few ladies that I watch and follow are, you know, organizing, designing, painting new workspaces. One lady I watched, she's brought in an indoor, cute little small indoor sewing room. Another one's working on bringing her whole craft room upstairs from a basement area. So I know there's a lot of those projects going on. I'm not the only one, right? Just because I'm doing my daughter's room, but which, inevitably becomes something I get to enjoy later down the line. But, I know there's a few ladies that are online and who are, showing and sharing their crafty rooms and stuff. So hopefully you guys are all doing well, that you're enjoying your space, new and old, making revamps and, doing fun things going on. I know another one is on her way to a craft project weekend, some kind of little workshop thing. So, oh God. Yeah, I really hope everybody's doing really well, that whether you're staying inside and just crafting in your own little hobbit area. Because believe me, there's times I wish I could do that. I just want to stay in my craft space and never leave. Or whether you're out and about, I really hope you're all having a great July and a great week. And this was fun to watch. I do appreciate everybody who did come in and watch the last one. Did good. Did a nice little number for me, which is awesome. I do appreciate that. Now it's going to get, yeah. That's getting weak fast. Oh, no. Okay, so let it dry and see what happens. So, yes, we'll have to get a border lace in there real soon. Even if I have to put more layers of tissue down, it needs to be onto the lace, because it is not going. So things are starting to dry, and you're noticing it's leaving some light spots, but it is definitely, not as solid white as when we first put it down. So, it's gonna be so fun, guys. Oh my gosh. But yeah, what the goal will be is when we think for sure that this altar book is holding out and it's doing its job, which I'm gonna have to start. I think my next bet will be to pull every 7 or 8 pages to make sure it's going to hold out. Is right at the 5.5 inch mark. Hold on one sec, so I do not completely intoxicate myself. Oh gosh, you would think. Maybe my voice is better today. I had to do some. Oh, we tried to put up my daughter's shelf and about killed. We both tried to. Well, I about killed both of us. Jeez. She helped me take it down, so I thought we could get it back up. And it's a 9-foot piece of wood and all one big piece. And yeah, no. Oh, anyway. Okay. Yeah. We're surviving. Okay. So at 5.5 inches right here, we would score probably on the other side carefully. Very carefully score up 5.5 inches. And then I double check my 1 inch make sure it's about a 1-inch spine, and score up the other side. So once those 2 scores are in place, though, once it's scored, it's folded. Like, there's no... If I score it on the other side, though, if at least I put the lines on the other side, this is just bending. And I'm hoping that, there's not a lot of rip, there's not a lot of tear, there's not any issues. It is a worry. Because it is a paper. We have to be careful, very careful, probably with the thicker type of bone folder. Doing it more with this than with my tiny little guy. This little guy here may not be wide enough to where it would rip the page as it goes. So if we use a bone folder, and either end, even if I did this one and scored it carefully this way, scored it this way on the other side, it would also give me enough of that a thicker line to score so that it would wrap around the book. Excuse me. So, when it goes to, here's your spine, and it's going to wrap around. If it's too thin of a line, yes, it doesn't use up as much material, but I think it's also going to be too thin, and it may tear quicker. Like, it may split it in half. So we want a little wider to work with to give us some room to be able to get some more glue in there, all that jazz. So, but like I said, I'm not going to do that till I know for sure that this book is going to hold out. We're going to get started. And, if we find out that it's fun to leave it in the book to make the altered pages, but we have to slice those altered pages out later, I want to have a cover ready to go that is going to be either bend in half, right? And we just sew in we sew in signatures, or I'm cutting it in half and it becomes a ring journal. Because that's fine. This front cover doesn't need this, as long as the back cover still has my pocket option. We just glue it down this section. It still has a pocket. Like, this still has potential to do about 3 different types of covers. So it's either going to have a spine, it's going to be folded in half, or it's going to be cut and it's going to have 3 rings in it. Either way, we're going to make this work. This is going to be a really cool book one way or another. I'm just hoping we can, definitely repurpose the book pages, make it an altered book, and we're going to give it a brand new cover. So however it flies, I hope you'll come along for the journey. So thank you guys all very, very much. Have a wonderful Wednesday evening or Thursday morning, Thursday, whatever it needs to be. And I love you all very much. And we will start on those pages. I've got ideas. We'll start, I'll start doing some prep work and getting things trimmed. So that we can just sit here and fine tune the gluing and the placements and all that jazz. So hopefully you will be back on another day very soon. Love you all very much. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.